Right, it's after Christmas. Good news, Christmas present arrived. And look, 4 blades. Same as that one. Same motor, but not as rusty. So this has got the right power, the right number of blades. I think we may be able to do it ourselves now, but we're going to follow the so-called manual and for replacing the radiator. So replacing the radiator to replace the fan, or to fit the fan, because we've already taken the fan out. That's going down the dump. The new fan's going to go, this is going down the dump, this is going in the car. Yeah, undo this. Right, as before we had to pull, broke a couple of clips this time, but we're going to just taking this side off, this side of the bumper, so as we can get to, there's the hose at the bottom of the radiator is difficult to get to. Right, so we've had to remove one of the bolts here to get the bumper off, and then the next thing you want to do is this is in the way, which is the good old horn. So we're just going to undo the bolt at the top here, get that off. Now we need to get that hose. There's no drain hose, just double checked. So this radiator is completely sealed at the bottom. So the only way is to get hold of those clips and squeeze them. So if we can squeeze the clip, release the pipe and let the liquid out, that would be great. There you go, undo it there, pull the clip back, and then with the big screwdriver, and then as easy as you like, you can just squeeze this thing. I wonder if it's possible to pull it. Kind of. It shouldn't. The clip's off complete. Oh my god, it's not. Oh, it's a bit of liquid coming out.
Oh, it's moving now.
Bucket.
Go, filming now.
As you can see, it's coming off. Dear oh dear. There you go. Always have a bucket handy. That's from the radiator, from the cooling system. That's the antifreeze, and water we'll have to put back. So there's a clip. Take the top hose. Move that one back. That clip. And then same again. Ease the hose off. This one won't leak because it's all leaked out at the bottom. So, and you pull that off. As easy as that. That one's easy to get to. And a bit more liquids come out. Video?
Yeah, we're video.
These have been detached. In fact, I never put them back. And then what we're going to do, this plastic bit, if we undo this bolt here, we'll be able to get to the thing underneath. We get under here is the couple of bolts or couple of nuts to undo. These are this bracket's what's holding the radiator in place. And then you've got another one, so there's two bolts each end. There are 2 bolts this end. And then 2 bolts here. One there. As you can see, everything's coming loose. It looks like some cables connected to this bit, so we need to disconnect that, or it's going to break something. So disconnect these. As easy as getting a screwdriver, and I think they just push on, and you can just push them back then. Move the wires out of the way, unclip the cables and keep them clear of everything, and now we can carry on. Ho ho ho. After Christmas. It's all seemed better when I had some wine. And then just lower the radiator carefully. I put something down so as to prevent damage to it, and there we have it. It's out. Can only go in one way up, so we're attaching the fan motor assembly to the radiator. And now we're ready. Put it back. Okay, we refitted everything in the reverse order. It wasn't easy, I have to admit. One of the problems, of course, we knew if we took this bumper off, we'd probably end up with, we'd end up with tape on it. But what we were hoping for was not to break the clips. Doesn't matter, I've got some clips on order. But as you can see, nice bit of tape. It's just going to start to rain. Right, we just topped up and stopped the engine for a little bit, and then the fan went off. And it's come back on now. So we're just checking that it's regulated and that the fluid level, there's no air locks. So the fan's not running at the moment. Looking at my watch, that's at least 10 minutes. The engine has cooled down enough for the fan to go off, and the fan hasn't come back on, which is interesting. Now it's come on. So the fan's just coming on now. I made that about half a minute. Less than a minute. That's very good. Less than a minute. Excellent. As you can hear, the engine's running. It's a bit loud out there, so come in here. It's also raining. Just got the job done in time. Bottom line is, the fan was at fault. It must have failed after the thermostat and the leak. So this is a continuation from the previous video. As I said, we ordered a new fan. The new fan is identical to the old fan, without the bit missing, the gap. Because and to fit it, you do need to take out the radiator, and that's the only way. There's no other trick. I did phone a garage, and they confirmed that the radiator is the only way for this fan to be replaced. And there was no other way other than go up on the ramp. But as we had already got the hydraulic jack, and we used the jack, so that's the bit out of the manual that was right. So you use the jack to lift the car onto the jacking points and the forget the name of them now. Axle stands. Put it up on axle stands, same as before, and then just follow the procedure. So where we got to, we took the fan out. That's this one, 41, but we couldn't replace it because we had to cut it. So the new fan, to go in, you have to take out the radiator. So that means draining the system and then put in, as you can hear, the fan is regulating. That car's been running now for about an hour, and the fan comes on for about a minute and then goes off, and then the engine is quiet for about 10 minutes. And I can tell you that I'll show you a little video of another car in the family that does the same. So it's regulating perfectly, the level's correct. It did, in the beginning, you have to keep topping it up and turn the heater on to full, and that way you're getting full circulation. So all is good. Thanks very much. I can not tell you how pleased I am. Oh, ouch. But this is going down the dump. Whee! Bye. Interesting, on a Volkswagen, you've got not one, but two fans. One's obviously for the condenser, and the other one is for the radiator. There is no temperature gauge on this car, so we don't know when the fan's going to come on, but I would have thought in the next 5 minutes we would get the fan coming on. Obviously on a colder day the engine will take longer to warm up. That took nearly 30 minutes. Oh look, she's stopping. So both fans are slowing down together. That was just enough. Just enough to cool down. So they're working in tandem. The engine runs really cool, and both fans are on for less than a minute.